They visit a team with the NBA's best record in the Thunder. The Lakers beat OKC in OKC by 27 on Sunday. They've been there for a couple of days. 6 days to go in the season. It's a free-for-all out west. 7 teams can still end up as the 3 seed, while 6 teams still in the mix for seeds 4 through 8. The Lakers could end up anywhere between the 2nd seed and the 8th seed in the West by season's end, which is only a handful of games away. Dave McMenamin is covering the Lakers. He joins us from Oklahoma City. Dave, 4 games left for LA, 2 wins from the 3 seed. Health could be an issue tonight. What's the latest on Luka and LeBron?
Yeah, Gary, they have almost half the roster on the injury report heading into tonight's game in Oklahoma City. You start with LeBron and Luka. LeBron is back on the injury report as questionable with a left groin strain that recently cost him 2 weeks. Luka is on the report with a right groin strain, which is a new injury. We also have Dorian Finney-Smith on the injury report. Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, and Rui Hachimura is already listed as out. Now, by listing all these rotation players as questionable, it gives the Lakers the optionality of resting them tonight with a chance to have them fresh for the second half of back-to-back in Dallas, maybe the biggest game of their entire calendar year for Luka's return. And they already kind of took care of business here on Sunday, getting the win in OKC. So we'll see. You have to list them as questionable. If you're not going to play them, we'll see if they get moved to doubtful or to probable as the day continues.
Yeah, maybe they are just having a little bit of a wandering eye what lies ahead of them just south of Oklahoma City with that date against the Mavericks tomorrow. So that being said, how are the Lakers handling what's at stake really in this final week of the regular season, Mac-10?
Yeah, as you set it up, Gary, if the Lakers somehow figure out 2 more wins over the next 4 games, and of course it's tonight in OKC, tomorrow in Dallas, back home against the Houston Rockets, then going on the road to play Portland for their road finale. 2 wins gets you the 3rd seed, and that's what they're aiming for at this point. It assures them to have home court advantage in the first round, assures them to be on the other side of the bracket as the Oklahoma City Thunder. They certainly want to get tonight's game, sure, but tomorrow's game is a major one for Luka Doncic. They recognize the emotions that are going to be in the air. I remember covering the Lakers when they acquired Anthony Davis, and it was everybody putting forth their effort for his return game to New Orleans to make sure you get him that win so he feels good about his new situation. It's the same type of deal that they want to be able to do tomorrow in Dallas. And, of course, secure one of those 2 wins to make sure they get the 3 seed down the stretch.
And that game right here on ESPN. Dave McMenamin joining us this morning with the latest on the Lakers in the home stretch of the regular season on SportsCenter. Mac-10, much appreciated.
What to watch for, brought to you by the Starbucks Coffee Company. It's an NBA doubleheader tomorrow night on ESPN. Luka Doncic making his return to Dallas as the Lakers visit the Mavs at 7:30 Eastern time, followed by Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets trying to break their 4-game losing streak against the Red Hot Kings. Both games tomorrow night on ESPN.
The one-liners don't stop. Brian Windhorst joining the conversation. Guys, let's dive in. The Lakers made a statement yesterday dominating the Thunder 126-99. Luka Doncic led all scorers with 30 points, while LeBron chipped in 19. The Lakers are now 1.5 games ahead of the Nuggets for the 3rd seed in the West. Windy, I'm coming to you. Do you think LA can beat OKC in a 7-game series?
7 games? Shannon thinks they need 5. What are you talking about 7? Forget about 7. As soon as the Lakers lose the 2nd game of a playoff series against the Thunder, get out, because Shannon's guaranteed 5. No, I do not think they can beat them in a 7-game series. Yes, I do believe that there are avenues where a team can beat the Thunder. They have some weaknesses. One of the weaknesses was on display yesterday, which is that they sometimes struggle with having a second scorer. And if you take away their second scorer, which a lot of times is Jalen Williams, which he occasionally has bad games, they can be a little vulnerable. And I actually am very interested. I didn't think I would be interested in any more Thunder regular season games. I maintain a nice interest in tomorrow's game because I want to see how the Thunder bounce back from back-to-back losses against the teams that are right behind them in the West, the Rockets at 2 and the Lakers at 3. I'm very interested in that. However, I have a 6-month body of work that shows that this team is awesome, and specifically awesome defensively, and that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an unbelievable scorer who devastates opponents with his efficiency. And because of that, yes, absolutely the Thunder would be strongly favored in the 7-game series against everybody in the West, including the Lakers.
Yeah, favorite. That don't mean they can beat them. I absolutely believe that the Lakers could beat the Thunder in a 7-game series because there are not very many teams that have this many viable scoring options, live options. You think about it. You've said it, over the last 10 days, the third best players on the team is the GOAT player of the NBA history, LeBron James. We got Kobe of the Ozarks. We got Baby Bird. What you gonna do with Luka? Who you gonna put on Luka? Lou Dort? It don't matter. Divorce court, child support, Lou Dort. Lakers in 5. We got that.
Really,
we got that.
Really?
You know what I'm saying, Steven? I don't even want to talk no more. I'm upset. I'm upset with Wendy. He get my blood pressure up. You know, because I got a 6-month body of work, and my blood pressure going up every time Wendy say it can't be done. Lakers still in 5.
First of all, here's the argument. Your Lakers in 5 is ridiculous. Can the Lakers win this series? Yes. No way. No way they take OKC out 5. No way that would happen. That's number one. Number two, here's where I would agree with Shannon about Wendy. There's no way around this. OKC has to show and prove. They have to show and prove. I mean, we know what talent they have. I remember last year watching, this brother Jalen Williams can ball.
Yeah.
They got some other ballers on their squad too. But I only saw Shea show up in the playoffs. Okay, I only saw him show up. There was a lot of help that he was looking for that he couldn't find come playoff time. And you know where I'm going, Wendy. The person that I'm looking at is Sam Presti. Now, this is an elite executive in the game of basketball. I'm going to call him out on national television. He is an elite executive. Nobody's advocating him being dismissed or anything like that. We know how phenomenal he is. I can make an argument, Shannon and Wendy, that no executive has accumulated more star caliber talent over the course of the last 15 to 17 years than Sam Presti. Not one single championship to show for it. At some point in time, we got to look at him. Dagno, I like him a lot. He seems like he's the right man for the job. But once upon a time, Scott Brooks seemed that way. Once upon a time, Billy Donovan seemed that way. At some point in time, whatever is missing, Sam Presti's got to figure that out. And he shouldn't be allowed to rest on his laurels and be like, yo, look at the talent that I'm accumulating. We put you in a position to win. They got to close. And they haven't been able to do that. And when you're talking about the specter of them going up against Luka Doncic and LeBron James, and the size that your primary ball handlers have in your possession if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, and what kind of problem that creates for Dort, for Williams, for SGA, for Alex Caruso, it becomes very, very problematic, Wendy. So Shannon is right.
Very problematic.
The Lakers can beat this team. There is no question about it, especially if you get to the conference finals and you got LeBron James and Luka Doncic 4 games away from a berth to the NBA Finals. That experience comes into play. Let's see what OKC is going to do. I wouldn't bet listen, I'm not saying that OKC would lose. I'm not saying that I wouldn't favor them to win. I'm just saying to you, I know the Lakers can beat them. And I knew that before this past weekend. But certainly after yesterday, I mean, considering how young you are, for you to get your ass kicked, the way they got their ass kicked yesterday, and that was an ass kicking, okay? You got to respond to that. And that's what I'm concerned about with OKC. I don't go Lakers in 5, but could I see Lakers in 6 or 7? It could happen, Wendy. It could happen.
And we're going to sit them tomorrow night.
I could see almost everybody in this Western playoff I could see almost anybody in the Western Conference playoffs beating anybody else. I mean, I'm sitting here today with the way the tiebreakers break out. The Clippers woke up today in the 5 seed. I could see the Clippers making a run. I could see the Timberwolves, who own all that 5-way tie, that was potential in the West. The Timberwolves have the tiebreaker on all of them. They're going to zoom up to the top. I could see the Timberwolves beating anybody. Of course, could.
Okay,
but what I'm trying to prevent here is disrespecting a team that is going to win 66, 67 games.
No, but that's not the way to look at it, Wendy. What you have to look at it is this. They got to earn that respect. You got to be able to deliver in the postseason. We recognize what they look like in the regular season. It can't be totally different in the postseason. Now, by the way, I told you, Wendy, you're looking good. Wendy, I got you. Wendy, you're looking good. Shannon, you're always on point.
You see that right here, Wendy?
You're always on point. I'm just bracing y'all for this heart attack that y'all are about to receive. I have to sit up here and give mad respect to what I am seeing from Kawhi Leonard. Oh. I have to give it to him. He looks great. And if that man is healthy, I don't believe it. You know how I don't believe it. I don't believe he's going to be healthy. But if he's healthy come playoff time, it's very interesting.
Have we not put Fuss in there?
Who?
Have we not? The Lakers.
What about it?
Don't you know what we do to them?
Well,
they in the basement.
But you wouldn't have to go.
They're the little brothers.
But you wouldn't have to go against.
At some point, tell me, don't matter.
Okay.
And you talk about Chet.
Well, you would have to go against the Warriors in the first round, and like if it was today, I think it could be the Warriors.
We in the third spot.
Okay, the third spot. They battling for 6. They battling for 6.
That's it? Oh, yeah.
They're battling for 6.
That's
Right?
what we
So
want.
it would be y'all against the Warriors, and the Clippers will go up against the Nuggets, and then you'd have the Rockets in the second round if you got past Golden State. If you got past Golden State.
Leave that up for a
you
second.
got past Steph Curry.
Leave that up for a second.
Steven over here talking about Chet. Chet what?
Chet Holmgren can play. Chet Holmgren can play. Don't sleep on that, brother. Go ahead, Wendy.
All right, now I want you to look at the losses. Forget about the wins. The wins they can control. They can't control the losses. I know it says the Nuggets are in 4th, but they're not really in 4th. Everybody's got 32 losses. You see all those 5 teams with 32 losses? Well, when you compute that the Nuggets are actually tied, because they've got one more win, they've played one more game. They don't play the Clippers again. They don't play the Warriors again. They don't play the Timberwolves again. They can't beat those teams. They're essentially tied. When you recompute it, that they're all tied, the tiebreaker winner is the Timberwolves. The real standings right now are the Nuggets in 7th. When they go into a tie with those other teams, the Nuggets fall to 7th. The Timberwolves go to 4th, and the Clippers stay there in 5th. That is what the story of this week is. The tiebreaker situation is insane, and that's why yesterday was so big for the Lakers, because getting that victory when we all thought they were going to lose gives them that space between that Michigan behind them.
Hey, everybody, you thought they was going to lose. Chet, empty net, place a bet.